Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 3 of Telltale's The Walking Dead, the final season. This is our third week in a row of playing through, and I believe that we have 2 episodes left. Now, based on our experience so far, in just a few moments, I think that we are going to see a previously on. So I'm not going to do too much of a recap here, but I did want to touch on at least a couple things that, well, at least one thing that I don't think is going to be covered there, specifically the wrench. We heard very briefly about the ranch in episode 1 of this season. I believe it was AJ made a reference to the ranch as being someplace that he and Clementine had been beforehand. There were no additional details. And then the last episode, Clementine had a very vivid nightmare that involved a horse and a very bright red light that might be literal or it might just be sort of tone setting, and the very distinctive sound of a crying or screaming child. I am very much not looking forward to finding out the backstory there, but I think that we might see some touch on there, and it occurred to me that that kind of, like, this is happening in the backstory may not be covered in the previously on. Based on those details, I was thinking, and I do not believe that this is the case, but is it possible that when AJ was still no, it doesn't make sense. Nothing about the timeline makes sense. I was going to say, do we think it's possible that the AJ that Clementine is with now is in fact a different child than we saw in A New Frontier? And it just doesn't make any sense because he was becoming verbal in A New Frontier. He had his first word when he reached out and said Clem. So that really does not make sense. But I was trying to put together, what could that crying child possibly mean? What is on the other side of those cries that is so terrible that our Clementine has been having nightmares about it for years ever since? I don't know. I'm not looking forward to finding that out, but maybe we will learn more nonetheless as we click on episodes. And then in here, very limited commentary from this point forward until the end, and there will be a break at some point. We'll probably be splitting this into 2 videos. That's mostly because the recording that we're making here, we want to make sure that the file size doesn't become unmanageable.
Previously on The Walking Dead. While searching for a place to call home, AJ and I found an old boarding school run by kids deep in the forest. Their leader was a guy named Marlin, and AJ pulled the trigger. I told AJ that what he'd done was murder, that he'd have to atone for it. The other kids agreed. They voted to kick us out. I thought we'd never return. Then, AJ and I were attacked by Abel, one of the raiders Marlin had given the twins to. He was with someone I thought I'd never see again. Lily. We were almost eaten by walkers when suddenly one of them spoke to me. His name was James, an ex-whisperer who didn't believe in killing walkers. He helped me treat AJ, but without real medicine, he wouldn't make it. The kids didn't turn away the sad sight of AJ and let us back inside. After I told them how we could defend the school against the raiders, they were willing to let us stay, at least until the fight. I decided to help Violet in the bell tower. We looked at the stars together, and I admitted I had feelings for her. She felt the same way. Then the raiders finally came. They busted open our gates, but the kids stayed hidden as planned, until 10 ran out of cover, hoping for a chance to learn about his missing sisters. The bomb went off, and attempting to save 10, Mitch threw himself at Lily and got a knife to the throat. With only a second to decide, I fired and saved Violet. They got away with 3 of our friends, and we had no idea where they'd gone. But we knew someone who did.
It will be interesting to see what kind of choices we get when dealing with Abel, because I am personally not inclined rather to be very kind to him. However, Lee also raised Clementine with a basic respect for human life and human dignity, so
At the start, I was so little. And Mitch looked after me. People said he was a dick sometimes, but he was always nice to me. Now he's gone. Stabbed in the eye by some asshole who never even knew his name.
Mitch was looking after all of us. He gave his life so we could go on fighting.
I know that. Doesn't make it any easier.
He'd want us to find our friends and bring them home safe.
And he'd want us to kill the people who took them.
Hey, AJ's waiting for you in the basement. We got Abel tied up tight. He's alive, but he's out cold.
Thanks.
We should bury Mitch. It's time.
I'll help you carry
Get
it.
away from him! You're the reason he's dead!
Willie!
Well, it's true! We had a plan, and that idiot messed it up!
Come on, Willie. None of this is Ten's fault. You know who's really to blame.
I can't believe you're defending him! This is bullshit!
10! I'll take care of this. Talk to Abel, find out where Lily took Lewis, Omar, and a sim. And Clem, don't be afraid to, hurt him a little. Maybe you'll get more out of him than we did.
There's not too much of a volume disparity between the game and the commentary. I feel like the game audio might be coming in a little bit light, a little bit soft.
This should be strong enough to hold him.
Reapply daily, maybe twice a day.
Brody.
Rosie and Clem are on pretty good terms now.
Got your gun back, huh?
Uh-huh.
Still want dibs?
It's different like this, with them all broken. But I still hate him.
Fair enough.
Ready?
This is going to be a lot different with AJ right here. Let AJ wake him up. Is that a good idea? I don't like that idea. I really want AJ to stay out of arm's reach.
What the fuck? Well, that ain't no way to wake an old man up from his afternoon nap. I was having a nice dream, too. About a girl I used to know from before. She also had me tied up, but I wasn't her prisoner, if you get my meaning. You got any water? Other than what you already dumped on me? I mean...
Drink.
No, we're gonna let him drink.
Man or squirt?
You've had your water. Now it's time to talk.
It's the first time interrogating someone, isn't it? You let me dictate the agenda. Makes me think you're weak.
I don't care what
Make
you
this
think.
harder than it needs to be, okay? I just want to know where Lily took my people.
It doesn't matter. As soon as she gets there, she's gonna turn around and come right back for me. You better give me the 5-star treatment.
Yeah, I'm sure she's on her way.
If I'm smiling when she gets here, you might be able to trade me for a little mercy.
You think Lily would come back for you? Look at the state you're in. You're worthless to her now.
I can heal.
There is no rescue party, Abel. Only a bunch of pissed-off kids who want you dead.
So tell us where our friends are. You trade it for mercy.
Lily will never give him up. Only reason we came here was for more manpower. Losing Jonathan and me for 3 sprouts that can barely hold a gun. Even a dummy like me can do the math on that one.
We're gonna get him back.
You don't know what it's like out there. It's a bloodbath. One community against another. From Richmond to the coast. Back at the Delta, we're at war. With some really sick fucks who make me look like the Virgin Mary. We need people to fight it. Soldiers who do what we say. Point the guns the way we tell them to. You little turds are supposed to be easy pickings.
That's called kidnapping.
Give it whatever name you want. I call it survival.
What kind of place is this Delta if they use forced labor to defend it?
You think we like doing raids like this? Our home is under threat. It's a good home. Built to last. I'd do a lot to protect it. Maybe you can understand that.
And I do a lot to get my friends back. So stop wasting my time.
Okay. Front pocket. The answer to all your questions. Read it.
Whatsoever parteth the hoof and is cloven-footed, and cheweth the cud among the beasts, that shall ye eat. What the fuck? Is this code?
No, it's fucking Leviticus. I was hoping it'd be some timely, moralistic shit about turning the other cheek. Well, come on. That thing ain't gonna light itself. Wanna know where your friends are? Smoke will clear my mind. Help me remember stuff. Like where Lily went.
We're not burning him.
Come on, kid. Don't make me wait all day.
We're gonna do this because we can always relight it.
Oops.
You little bitch! Shit.
That's a lot of blood.
Oh, fuck. This is not good.
He's gonna die, isn't he?
We have medicine. We can still patch him up.
I don't think so. When you pushed me off that balcony, something must have burst inside of me. No medicine can fix this. Shit. I never wanted things to end like this. Everything. It all got out of hand. Now look at me. I'm a fucking mess.
Will he turn?
No! My whole life, everything I ever got, I got with my own 2 hands and my will. For my body to turn on me, to take control. I'll tell you where to find Lily. Just promise. You won't let me turn. I'm begging you.
If you're honest with me, I'll put you out of your misery. You have my word.
Okay, we have a boat. We're docked a few miles west of here, at an old fishing pier. Your friends are on the boat. You got what you wanted. Please, don't let me become one of those things. Please, I don't want to turn. Not that. I wanna let me keep my face.
I don't... Oh, I hate this!
You don't need to watch this.
I want to.
Fair enough.
At least you can't hurt anyone anymore.
Yeah.
Under very specific circumstances, AJ.
Come on. We have a boat to find.
Oh, that makes me feel real good. So I'm unfortunately going to have to talk all the way through this intro because, as we know, on Twitch and then sometimes on YouTube, you can get copyright stricken for music that is part of the game that you're playing. So I will say of that scene, I feel better when it was presenting as a binary choice between I want you to see this, which is not really true, versus you don't have to look at this. I'm glad that the second option there was presented as a choice, one that AJ could make for himself, and it's not that he's necessarily ready to accept the consequences of his actions, as we've seen previously, but I really disliked the idea of Clementine saying to him, I want you to watch this happen. I get the sense that AJ has seen a lot of death in his young life, and that was a hard kill to make. Clementine looked directly into Abel's eyes as she plunged in that knife. She did not flinch away, and it's not that I don't want AJ to have that same resolve. It's that he is very, very young, and we've seen him misunderstand situations with grave consequences before.
Once we find the boat, we'll look for a way to sneak on board.
Yeah, if 10 doesn't fuck it up this time.
It wasn't Tin's fault.
Yes, it was! Mitch died because he...
Say one more thing about Tin. I dare you.
Guys, look.
We need to resolve that.
You see anything?
The beach, a boat, and a wood street in the water.
That's called a pier.
Pier.
Okay, let's spread out and focus on those areas. Keep your heads low.
Spy on the raiders. So we've got... So I'm just taking a look around to see what is present. Where's AJ? I saw him go in an opposite direction than, Oh. Okay.
Must have fallen off one of the horses when the raiders came through.
I hope that's full of luck. Oh, look at that. It's supposed to be lucky.
A rabbit's foot. Omar used to carry around a rabbit's foot. You don't think...
We'll take it home. We can give it back to him once we've saved him.
Okay, now all we need is a 4-leaf clover, and we will really be in business. This is running right here. Only... Oh, there he is. Okay. Only marginally alarmed that we don't know where AJ is, but there he is. Alright, let's check with him first.
Find anything over here?
They have horses.
Let me see. Are those torches?
I think so.
Could be easy fire. Setting the hay on fire would get their attention. Scare the horses, too.
We could get on the boat easier that way.
I don't know, everyone. This is the year 2020. I'm a little bit leery about setting uncontrolled fires anywhere.
If we cut those horses free, we could slow down anyone trying to chase us.
Okay. Violet is, I think, pretty self-sufficient, so I want to go check on... And I'm so sorry, I'm not remembering this kid's name, and I think it's even Willie.
Anything useful?
Looks like building material. Furniture. Probably stuff from the train station.
Sheet metal, wood, and quite a bit of it.
We should have that stuff.
Okay, Willie, well, if you have plans on how to transport it back, I'm all ears.
More torches.
Torches?
We could use the fire.
Oh, yeah.
So if I checked with Willie first, would that dialogue have been different? Would she have, like, further elaborated on how to use the fire? Oh, hold on. Rafts?
They're loading those rafts with supplies.
I could cut those loose and just ride them downriver easy.
Burning the supply rafts would mean that we would also lose the supplies aboard, if getting the supplies is even a plausible option here.
You ever seen this boat before?
No. Marlin kept us confined to the safe zone. Pier leading up to the boat? It's our only way in and out.
Well, let's see what else is down there. There are a few on deck, a couple others on the pier. Could be more inside.
Looks like they're well armed too.
Wait, I see Lewis.
Abel wasn't lying. This is it.
If Abel had been lying, it's his last act on planet Earth. It's a dying declaration. It would have been really surprising to me if the last thing that he wanted to do was lie to a 16-year-old girl. He seemed like a super bad dude, but...
I don't see any obvious place to keep prisoners.
They're probably below deck. We should have asked Abel.
When he said on a boat, I didn't think it'd be this big. I can see an entrance.
I saw that too. It looks like there's a door at the other end.
There's a small opening at the top of those closed doorways. AJ and I know how to deal with those.
AJ-sized, it says. I think Clementine would have some distinct memories of being the smallest one around and constantly being shoved through small holes to see what was on the other side at her own peril.
The pier has plenty of cover on it. If we're careful, we can sneak in undetected.
I feel like once Abel realized his time was up, he wanted his last act. He looked back and realized that he'd made a lot of real bad mistakes and wanted to do one thing to try to make up for it.
There's no good cover leading up to the boat. We're gonna need one hell of a distraction.
Walker!
Maybe if we could get walkers on the beach somehow.
Maybe not as hard as you'd think. We should get out of here before they spot us. We can talk through the plan once we're somewhere safe.
What's the plan?
Well, they've got guards posted on the pier and the boat. There's no way we can take them all at once. Our only hope is to distract them while we sneak on board.
We should burn their stuff.
That'd work. We could burn the supplies or the hay they keep for the horses.
Whatever we don't burn, we should take. Ruby would love to have the horses. But I'd rather steal those supplies. I can build traps. Weapons.
Crap.
Yeah, we'll steal their supplies and burn the hay as our distraction. If you're going to steal from the rafts, you have to do it carefully.
Wouldn't do it any other way.
The fire will lure the raiders away from the boat, and we can sneak across the pier.
If anyone sees us, they'll shoot.
You remember that guy I told you about, James? He sent in walkers to save us from Lily and Abel. Maybe we could convince him to do it again. If we lead a big enough group of them onto the beach, we can blend in without being seen.
Perfect.
What about after we get everyone home? I mean, the raiders will just come attack us again. What then?
Hide, quick!
Well,
A raider. Has to be. You all stay here. I'll see if they know anything that could help us.
I use the key code. Kill him now. You guys run in and kill him.
Drop it.
Or her.
Where do you keep the people you steal? I don't know what you're... I'm not fucking around. Answer the question. The boiler deck. Second deck. They're all there.
Clementine, wait. That's Minnie.
After the attack, I wasn't sure. I mean, I heard they burned half your school down. Who survived? Ruby? Mitch? Brody? 10?
Ruby and 10 made it. Mitch didn't. And Brody, she died.
10's boots holding up okay?
His boots?
They're so old, there are more holes than rubber. I duct taped him up the last time I saw him, but that was a while ago. His boots are fine. You're Clementine. The girl who took over after Marlon died. It's weird. I thought everyone would want to lean on their own. Not the new kid. Violet's the one in charge. Really? The Violet I knew could barely stand to talk to people, let alone play class president. You're the one who convinced the school to fight back. From where I'm standing, that puts you in charge. Your leadership is going to get my little brother killed. Excuse me? Abel figured he could talk Marlon into handing everyone over like he and Lily did, but... like they did before. You ruined the whole plan.
What the hell? He gave you and Sophie away.
Yeah, and we all survived it. Marlon would have never made them fight the way you did. He wouldn't have gotten people killed.
Minnie, you're wrong. Clem protected us.
Yeah. And how come so many people are dead? You know, Minnie, you sound an awful lot like one of them. That's really close to the speech Lily gave me in the woods.
It's the truth.
Where's Sophie? Is she alive?
She died protecting the Delta. A hero. A hero? God, you...
Minerva!
Shit.
Rockingham! Finish up and head back. I want to be in before dark.
Yes, ma'am. Our boat leaves for the Delta in 2 days. Then it'll be a couple of weeks before we can come back for the rest of you. When we do, don't fight. The only way you're gonna save your people is to let us take them. I'm serious. Don't fight this. If Ten could see you now, he'd be ashamed to call you his sister. Are you okay?
Nothing's changed. Our plan is to get onto the boat and save our friends. So that's what we're gonna do.
You all should head home. Start getting things ready. Get everyone caught up on the plan.
Everyone except 10.
I warned you.
Enough, both of you. AJ and I will go find James.
Good luck.
Clementine, I really think we need to address this thing between Willie and AJ and 10. I think letting that fester is asking for a lot of long-term problem.
So, how many walkers do you think James will help us get? 15? 100? 1,000?
Clem, I don't... Ow.
Gunshot wound.
It feels like someone pinched me from inside.
Here, let's rest a second.
Clem, I keep thinking. When Willie said all that stuff about 10 before, I got so mad. He was being mean, and 10 wasn't even there to defend himself. I wanted to hurt him. I know I shouldn't, but I just can't stop thinking about it. I want to just punch his head. I tried breathing, kicking rocks. I don't like this feeling.
I don't
Wanting
know.
to hurt
X-ray.
I know it's hard, AJ, but thoughts like that, they go away. You just have to give it time.
Waiting's hard. I'm just thinking too much. Like, I think I'm mad at 10 too. Running out of cover when Lily attacked the school was really stupid. But he just doesn't know stuff like we do. And then Willie started yelling at him instead of helping him learn. Why don't the other kids know all the stuff we know? When there's a plan, you have to follow it. And when you yell at someone, it just makes them not listen.
You know, they've been through different things than we have. There's probably a lot we can learn from them, too.
Like drawing and playing the piano.
Exactly. We can show them how to survive, and they can teach us to be normal.
It's weird that people are so different.
It is Erickson's boarding school for troubled youth.
Troubled youth? Trouble like bad? So they did bad things? Why?
Okay, sometimes they do them because bad things happen to them. I knew a doctor once, back when you were just a baby. He called it trauma.
You have some too, you know. The thing where people can't walk up behind you.
I don't like my trauma. I want to get it off of me. How do I get rid of it? I don't even like the way the word sounds.
It's really, really hard to do by yourself. A lot of people can't without some help.
Like, from a doctor?
Sure, but those are rare these days.
Or like the school, right? It was supposed to help with people's trauma.
Yeah, it was. And now they help each other.
I still like them.
Clementine is way better at explaining
like
things
Tim
than
the
I am.
most, I think. Even if he does dumb things. Actually, I think he's my first real friend.
Oh yeah? I thought I was your first real friend.
Well, yeah, but you don't count. You're old.
Am not.
Fine. He's my second first real friend.
See, if we have the option, we should not kill them. James has a thing about that. Maybe we can distract them instead.
I don't see James. Just monsters.
James?
You're hurt.
Did the Raiders do this?
It looked like they had people from your school. Why are you here?
Those people you saw? We're going to save them. But to do that, we need your help moving some walkers.
I could maybe help, but my mask is still in the camp, inside my bag. I can't pass through a herd without it.
Okay, then let's go get it.
Please, I just ask that you don't kill them. The walkers. If you distract them, I can sneak over and find my mask.
Distract all of them?
Please.
I'll try.
Oh, just announce yourself, Clementine. This is run. Okay, so are we just... Ow, no, okay, that's... Nope. What I was gonna say is, I thought that maybe we had to get someplace. Here's what I thought they meant by distract. Previously on The Walking Dead, we learned that Clementine can distract walkers by throwing a rock against a tree, and then they all hear the sound and go over there, and then they are over there and adequately distracted. I guess we've come up with the secondary plan. They didn't mean distract, they meant act as bait. And now that I understand that, maybe we'll have better success, but this is not quite the distraction that I had in mind. Alright, so hopefully we can just keep these guys down and grouped a bit. Okay, just give them a wide berth. Okay, now these trees would make a pretty good you can't get me zone. Oh, wait, what is this?
I don't know how long I can keep this up. Did you find your mask?
I can't find it. The horses must have... There!
Oh, shit.
We have to run.
Hey, over here!
AJ!
There are too many of them.
The car. push it, the noise will draw them away. AJ, are you okay?
Yeah, no bites.
I know it would have been easier to kill them. You're kind. I appreciate it. Really.
More like pragmatic, because we need those walkers to die fighting the raiders. Like, keeping them alive just works out well for everyone. But mostly me.
Thank you for helping me get this back. Now, how will walkers save your friends?
They're being held captive on a boat not too far from here. We can't sneak on board without cover, not without the raiders gunning us down.
You want to use walkers to hide? To sneak on board their ship? That's insane.
It's our only chance.
I have something I need you to see, so you can understand what you're asking.
James.
We still need his help, right?
Yeah, we do.
It's safe. Just a little further.
Clem, what's this?
It's called a salt lick.
Don't lick it, it's gross.
Salt lick? Ugh, sounds gross. Or maybe it's actually good, like chips. Those are salty, right?
Whatever you do, don't lick it. It tastes horrible.
Wait a minute, how do you know? Did you lick it?
I don't know.
That was one of my absolute favorite moments from season 1. I loved it so much. I assume we cannot, like, just wander away, right? There's not going to be any... No. Okay.
Must have had electricity here once. Beatnik.
All right, just a quick run around, make sure there's nothing here in the front yard. Okay.
My people, my former people, they had a practice. They called it collecting. They use them as a weapon. I do this to protect them. I know it sounds strange, but that's why I brought you here. To see them as I do. As people.
As people?
Well, not people exactly, but something in between. Part of us is still in there. Deep down. So few of us die anymore. We turn. Not dead, not alive.
God, I hope that's not true. That sounds like hell.
To you, maybe. I think it seems peaceful.
Wandering
Do you
endlessly
really
in
think
ravenous
there's people
hunger.
inside of monsters?
Somewhere. Yes. Think about it this way. Has someone you cared about turned?
Clem's friend, Lee. She shot him before he did. So he wouldn't have to suffer.
Sorry. Maybe this wasn't the best way to explain. Didn't mean to bring up difficult memories. I lived among walkers for years. Still do, in a way. When they're alone, they're harmless. Innocent. If you want my help, I need you to try and walk with them. Then tell me if you really believe they're just monsters.
They are just monsters. They're not people or friends. Clem,
She'll be safe, I promise.
this isn't smart. It's too dangerous.
She just needs to move as they do.
I'll be fine, AJ. I'm doing this, okay?
Okay, fine. The first rule is never go alone.
I'm not leaving you. I'll be right back.
Find the exits.
I will.
Don't let fear take over.
I will. I promise.
The mask will disguise your scent, but be gentle and be quiet. Touch the wind chime. You'll see.
Over the hat? This is incomprehensibly odious to me. Like, just... Ugh. There is no turning, as far as I can tell. I feel the need to speak up over this again, because of the musical score. But if James's goal here was to convince me or Clementine that the walkers are not mindlessly dangerous, ravenous monsters that can at best be used as limited time tools to accomplish specific goals, he has totally failed, because that did nothing to convince me of their humanity.
Hey, kiddo. It's all right. I'm fine. See? No bites.
No bites.
So, do you still think they're just monsters? Now that you've seen them at peace, any difference at all?
This is for more AJ.
Yeah, I do. They're still just monsters. Dangerous things that want to kill us.
That's what I thought you would say. It's what I would have said too, once.
Have you ever killed a walker before?
I have. Many.
Have you ever killed a person?
Many. But that was a long time ago.
I've killed someone before, too.
AJ.
You've killed someone?
Yeah. I'm a murderer. But I'm trying to atone.
Well, that's good. I guess.
That's enough. What about the walkers? Are you going to help us save our friends?
I thought I could, but I can't. So many walkers would die. All of the death this would cause. I'm sorry, Clementine, but I can't have more blood on my hands.
James, the walker in the barn, the one with the different eyes, what was his name?
His name? What do you...
How about the woman in the back, near the wind chimes? What's her name?
I don't know.
Asim. Omar. Lewis. Those are the names of my friends, the ones who were stolen by the raiders. I'll never forget that.
I may be stubborn, but I'm not heartless. Those raiders are cruel. They force others to be the same. And even if your friends think like you, no one deserves that. It'll take some time to guide them through the forest to the shore. Others will join the herd as they go.
Ugh.
Tomorrow night, be ready. I can't undo this.
It's the thought of the sticky, clammy, musky feeling of that texture up against your face. I also really hope that we didn't get a section of the VOD muted there where I was just listening to the wind chime theme as all the walkers came forward, because I wanted to give that scene an opportunity to breathe and for people to see it, but...
Come on, AJ. Let's get back before it's too dark.
These days, with the way that these companies handle their videos on demand, it's so easy to get copyright struck. But that is the end of Chapter 1 of this episode, so that's a great place to put our break. I'm going to pause it right there, and if you'll excuse a little bit of sorry for the extension here as we get set up, but we're going to be jumping directly into Chapter 2. We'll be back in just a few moments, and if you're watching this in the collection, it should kick forward to the next episode right away. We will see you there.